Okay, so this is what I am seeing for whoever needs this right now. Essentially, the reason why you haven't been reaching a certain level, for those of you that this applies, of success or accolades or finances, or maybe for some of you, you've been trying to call in like a serious partner. The thing is, whether you're admitting it to yourself or not, there is this part of you that is sort of placing this, what do I want to call it, like a sense of approval on like whether or not you have like a serious long-term committed relationship, and or whether or not you are seen in public a certain way. So essentially what this is telling you to do, okay, is that basically you're supposed to act like you're already that rich, you know what I mean? So you need to act like you're already the star, and it's kind of like a, what do they say, life imitates art. Well, that's not really what I mean. That's a good, hold on, wait, what am I trying to say? Fake it till you make it, like, but it's also like law of assumption, okay? So it's basically like we are putting out this energetic vibe that like, I've already got it like that, you know? So go ahead and be a little delusional. I literally wanted to title this like delusional reading, so I don't know why. So maybe we'll just title it that. Nine of Materials in reverse. Like, this is obviously the fact that you haven't felt like you can stand on your own 2 feet, whether or not you've been kind of caught up in something maybe a little codependent with another person, whether it be family, relationship, friends, maybe a work or business situation that maybe you thought was going to like pay off or help you. But I'm actually hearing that even if you thought that this situation was helping you in some sort of a way, and you'll know what I'm talking about if this applies to you, because obviously don't like leave a really good job you love or something, but like, if you've been in a situation that seemed as though it was helping you, but at the same time seemed as though it was crippling you, you'll know what I mean. So whether that's, for some of you, it could be love or whatever. So maybe some of you are going to suddenly be single, or you're going to focus on your life as a single individual. Like maybe you've been pouring a lot of love or time or energy or finances into like another person or relationship situation. For some of you, it's like maybe you've been helping out family or friends, or like, you know how like sometimes, like I have been this person for a long time where sometimes you get like extra, you'll be doing really well and you almost feel some sort of guilt for having extra, and so you like go spoil everyone you know and everyone you love. So for some of you, if you've been doing that, like that's really sweet of you, okay? Like the universe sees that you're like trying really hard to like give back and be nice and be generous, but like it's okay to be generous to yourself, and it's also okay for you to start saving, and it's also okay for you to think about your future, because where are those people gonna be like when you need $5 one day? You know what I mean? Like, you can't guarantee that just because you gave it that they're gonna give it back, and if you're only giving it because you hope that they're gonna give it back or because you're intending for them to give it back, that's not the reason to give, okay? There are worthwhile investments, but you don't want to give to people and see them as an investment because they're going to like pay you back, give you back. That's not the way to do it. You just want to give with an open giving heart, and then you want to invest, like go get you a savings plan situation, okay? Like stocks or something, I don't know, like whatever works for you, you know? Okay, so there is a lack of healing here, but I also feel like with this particular version of this card, Four Voices in Reverse, I feel like it's like your inner voice has been trying to like speak to you. It's been trying to talk to you. It's been trying to reach you. It's been trying to say something needs to be expressed, or something needs to be released or healed. It's like you've been holding on to something with for dear life. It's like you've been clutching onto something. So whether that's an old version of yourself, whether that's memories, whether that's a person, like I said, for some of you, you've been kind of stuck in what feels like a bit of a codependent situation. Your absolute abundance on the other side. For some of you, it's a long-term stable partner. For some of you, you're going to be a successful entrepreneur or business owner. For some of you, your light is just going to shine so bright that like people won't be able to ignore it. And for some of you, that you could already be seeing signs of that. You could already have things that are like all of a sudden starting to like do well or take off, and you're like, oh wow, like suddenly people are paying attention. Interesting. Seven of emotions here in the Moon in reverse. I do feel like there has been some trickery or deception around you, and I don't like to go into the like they're all coming to get you type of mindset, which can happen with spiritual talk. And sometimes like I appreciate the videos when it's like a genuine trying to like warn you of something, but I feel like you want to be careful about too much of that in your vibe, because you're kind of pulling more of that in. If you're focusing on violence, if you're focusing on stress, if you're focusing on fear, you're kind of just living in that energy, and you're like believing that that's what your life is, and so it's going to like mirror that. So if you believe that your life is peace, and you believe that your life is joy and happiness and calm and good relationships, the more that you assume that you and everyone around you is all interacting positively, it's not always going to be perfect, but you are going to see more of that manifest in your reality, and I'm living proof of that. So for some of you, it could even be a sense of like you lying to yourself. Maybe you lying to yourself about something that you haven't wanted to admit, something you haven't wanted to look at, you haven't wanted to, I don't know why I'm hearing, not repeating a cycle, that's not really what I mean. kind of like different person, same trauma. And that could be friendships or otherwise. Some of you could be kind of caught in a pattern of, I'm kind of hearing, chasing the approval of people that are harsh or mean for some reason, which is interesting, but like maybe it's because you had maybe a parent figure that was harsh with you, maybe a parent figure that was avoidant or was not around or was not as supportive, or they weren't a positive person in your life, or they just didn't really help you much, or like they always said things that were kind of deep down like a dig or inappropriate, or like I'm getting someone that, it's not going to apply for everyone, but you know how there's like that family member like at certain gatherings that kind of like gets out of control. I don't know if some of you had a parent figure that was kind of like that, or one that just happened to be problematic, or one that, you know how there's always that family member that's kind of like, you know, this person did this person said this, and it's like everyone else is going, this was like a nice day, this was like a nice interaction, what are you talking about, you know, almost kind of refusing to like see the positive, refusing to see like the good in other people, and like always kind of wanting drama or gossip or whatever. Some of you maybe were closely tied to a parent, could even be like a friend or whatever, but it's like there's a person that you were closely, I'm getting like enmeshed with like this person, and so you had like empathy, so you're like listening and you're caring and you're like, no, I get it, I see it, and you totally cared. But then it's like when it flips around and you're sitting there telling this person, well, this is how I feel about X, Y, or Z, you're almost getting this like weird energy of this person kind of being like, just get over it, or like, why can't you just like see it like this? And it's weird because you're kind of going, I was so empathetic to you, like what the hell, like why are you not being empathetic back? But it's because that person would have said that in most cases. Take this how it fits, okay? Fit this to your story the way it fits. But it's like a person who they would have said what they would have went on about, whatever gossip, whatever, to anyone that would have listened, okay? So it didn't matter whether you listened or approved or cared or not. You see, they weren't worried about like having a reciprocal happy situation with you. They were worried about having their side being heard, because that is just the thing that's playing in their head. It's like, these people suck, or these people are coming to get me, or these people are like this, or these people always demonize me or victimize me or whatever, because this person is stuck in that mind frame. So for you, you were just like trying to come to that person for like genuine advice, and they're like, wait, because they're stuck in their own programming. Some of you may have dealt with kind of like someone who was a caretaker who kind of had like narcissistic traits. I don't want to go on and on about that because I understand it's like kind of a scale and not everyone really has like officially is like a narcissist. But like I feel like a lot of us have a caretaker that had at least some traits of that, and maybe it's from how they grew up, like, but it can be pretty hard on you mentally and can kind of cause you to close up and not want to open up to people. So I a little bit feel like this is what this was trying to say, a long explanation to say that I feel like deep down you have a person or people that you want to talk to, that you want to be friends with, you want to be close with, you want to open up to, maybe you want to date, or maybe you want to like just chat, whatever, but it's almost like you're afraid to do that because you're afraid that like it'll be the same thing. You're afraid that that person's gonna be like blah 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 this, or that you're gonna listen to them and care, and then they're just gonna like sideline like whatever you say, they're gonna be like okay whatever, or they're just gonna invalidate you. Don't assume that, because if you're continuing to like grow and level up in life, like God, universe, angels, skies, whatever you believe in, they see that, they feel it, so they know that you're trying, that you're putting in the work, and like that work is gonna be rewarded in some way or another. So like whether it's the person you're thinking of or someone else, or like new friends, like maybe manifest new friends instead of always manifesting like $1 million, which everyone loves to do, which is fine. But like, you know, or a nicer car or apartment or a hot man or whatever, maybe manifest some good friends, some nice friends. Like I know I could use a couple nice friends, you know? So anyway, I hope this helps, babes.